The mayor highlighted that the persistent occupation of pedestrian pathways and road shoulders by traders has significantly contributed to urban congestion, impeded mobility and raised serious safety concerns for both pedestrians and motorists. He stressed that the upcoming crackdown forms part of the Assembly's broader initiative to decongest across central areas, improve traffic flow and restore public order.
Now they have taken almost half of the streets. But if I wait till something happens, they will come attack the mayor of the city. So as the mayor of the city, I cannot watch this to happen. So on Tuesday, we are starting from Okanshi, we'll move straight to Circle and Carnation. So please, we are not after anybody. We are not coming because we have the power to move you from the street. No, we want to keep the city clean.
Despite the mayor's warning, resistance is growing among the traders. Many of them insist they would not leave their current locations until a permanent and suitable alternative is provided.
I'm only asking one question. If they ask us to leave the streets, what else are we going to do? Because this is where we get our daily bread. And this is the only space that we have that we get our daily incomes. If they ask us to leave this place, we don't have anywhere to go. That might make us do what is not right that we're supposed to do.
Abaye kura de bi meda. Se kura ni bia basa abaye ne ni wo bi. Ghana ha adwuma ni ha. Eti nyina ye ko school ankanye de ye pene ye wie ya yetimu. Eti say ye me fo so mba be pam ye benada de a. Na ayensem hunu na omo pedi.
Oh, benada de me ba ha. So mama me place them ko dia na my sister no man akọ ne akọ market o. So mama me place there na ye ni ba wi akọ sister e ko fie sa.
Ye tena nye ba school fees. Ba me bia ntua school fees my wonu akra ho ma ho hwe. Ye ne hwe fie. Only the enye right so meti because ye tena ha ne ye tua lances. Last year, 1.5.
It remains to be seen if the new enforcement by the Accra Metropolitan Assembly will yield positive results as previous attempts have proven unsuccessful.
This is not time to talk. This is not time to make empty promises. From the day I enter office, I said one thing to myself. I'll make sure Accra will be clean. And it's a promise I made to myself alone. But today, I'm making the promise out there to each and every one of us to know that the streets are not for selling. The streets are a place where cars and it's not a place that we have to engage petty tradings on the pavements. Now they have taken almost half of the streets. But if I wait till something happens, they will come attack the mayor of the city. So as the mayor of the city, I cannot watch this to happen. So on Tuesday, we are starting from Okanshi, we'll move straight to Circle and Carnation. So please, we are not after anybody. We are not coming because we have the power to move you from the street. No, we want to keep the city clean. One thing I want to say is that when you want to clear the streets, sometimes it may seem that you don't have feeling for the people on the streets. But that is not what we are saying. What we are saying is that we have engaged the market women, we have engaged the GPLTU, we have engaged the police. So we beg you, on Tuesday, we are coming to clear the streets. So please move before we get there. And this promise I'm making to you, I'll make sure I stand by it. And by Tuesday, when you have not moved, we will move you.
Newsflash is brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. Still, fun papa fee.
Hi there, welcome back, and thanks a lot for staying with us here on Prime Morning. It's time for us to get into News Flash. It is proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. Still phones Papa Path here. This morning, we're looking at issues that bothers you. Of course, the front pages of the newspapers will be checking out what has been reported, and also we're getting to our major conversation. The AMA boss has decided he wants to clean the city, and he starts tomorrow. And he's been engaging with the vendors, the hawkers on the pavement, and he's pleading with them to actually leave the place before he gets there tomorrow. Now, there have been some things put in place to ensure this runs smoothly. We'll be sharing that with you here on the show. But is this going to be successful? Are we ready for this? Are the people ready for this? We're going to be looking at that here on the show. A big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise. Though, phones Papa Path here, and you might want to drop by any of our branches to and patronize us. Of course, you can get your iPhones, your Samsung, your Nokias. If you need to also buy some refrigerators, some air conditionings, we've got for you television screens from 35 to 100 inches. You can also patronize us when it comes to that. And CCTV cameras that will help you monitor your homes and offices when you are away. It's pretty simple. You can monitor anytime, anywhere on your phones. And it's Franco Trading Enterprise that is giving you that. And of course, it's quality that we're giving you. Give us a call on the numbers you see on your screens, and please do not pick any number on social media to talk to us. Call the numbers that you see on your screens right now. And better yet, you can also download the app. It's the Franco Trading app, and it's pretty simple. Google Play Store, and you have it. Our website is www.francotrading.com, and you can also get some update on that. If you intend to make some inquiries, you can go on our website, and you definitely can do that as well. Franco Trading Enterprise says still phones Papa Path. You kind of can see Franco Trading Enterprise. We've got for you news flash this morning here on Prime Morning. Now, I've got the various newspapers here with me. I'm going to be taking a look at them, and then we'll come back to check the main issue that we're talking about today. Don't forget that you can join us with your thoughts. We're streaming live on Facebook, so you can send your messages over there. Our WhatsApp line is active as well, so you can also drop your messages over there. Do you think the AMA boss, Honorable Anote, has got this all sorted out? You think that he'll be very successful with it? Or you think it's just going to be another time that we're going to talk about nothing yet to do nothing about it? All right, that's what we're talking about. The action or just the mere words? Let's find out what your take is on that issue. And it begins tomorrow, by the way. Now, yesterday, he met with some of them at various places and treated them that they should actually make sure that they leave without he having to force them out of the place. Now, he also told them some of the things that they've put in place to ensure that, their livelihoods are not totally taken away from them. Some which would even fuse into the 24-hour economy and all of that. He's, been able to speak to their conscience. But let's see if they have heard him and they would adhere to whatever decision he wants to make with regards to that. Or they're going to come back again. Some also believe that we can do this for a couple of months and it will return to what it is. Is that what we're about to see? Or there's a possibility that this will be the life-changing decision that will make Accra the clean city that we all want it to be. We'll look at that. Don't forget that in Kumasi, the mayor of Kumasi also started something like that. Unfortunately, he's not been able to be very, very successful with that, Maybe some people think that it was the way he went about it, the aggression that he started off with, this whole idea of making the Kumasi the best and the clean city. Even going as far as saying that some of the people, if they don't decide to leave, he's going to make sure his men come and beat them up and, lash them and all of that just to make them leave the place. Now, he came back to sort of apologized for the comments he made with regards to that, and also let the people understand that it's not really because he wanted to go with that aggression, but he wants Kumasi to be a clean city. Let's see how this, actually pans out in a couple of weeks, especially with what we're about to experience here in Accra as well. Now, starting off, let's get into some of the newspapers this morning. And the Chronicle is here. The Chronicle says, Bawumia tells Cambridge Business Forum, and it says, Momo has changed Ghana's economy, has brought banking services to the unbanked. And that's the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, speaking on that. Otumfuo awards Afeti Awono. That's also captured on the front page of the Chronicle this morning. Away from that, government afraid of prosecuting Akonta mines. There's a big question mark over there. Government afraid of prosecuting Akonta mines. There's a very big question mark over there. So you can read about it when you grab a copy of the Chronicle. Pastor son charged over alleged 500K land fraud. That's also captured by the Chronicle this morning. And at the back page, there are some of the stories over there. Let's take a look at them. FA Cup final, Crystal Palace win first major trophy against Manchester City. And that's the Chronicle. At the back page, Bayern finished season with 4-0 away win over Hoffenheim. That's also, a win for Bayern. Atlanta's Retige scores late to rescue 3-2 win at Genoa. And Everton, an emotional Goodison pack a victory against Southampton. And yesterday, Barcelona also, emerged winners with that trophy, even though they're not too excited about the fact that they lost yesterday, but it doesn't really take away the win from them. So yeah, if you're a Barcelona fan, this should be an interesting news for you. Yes, we're the champions, but I think we could have done better with that, scoreline yesterday. And PSG come from behind to end their title-winning campaign victory against Auxerre. Now, don't forget PSG is facing Inter Milan on the 31st of May at the UEFA Champions League Grand Finale. And Aviation Social Center will be the place that you have to be, because there's going to be a lot that would unfold over there. And so do not miss out that excitement. And we're looking forward to it. Grab your jerseys and come through, and let's have a great time together. There's going to be an after party, by the way, so you're not missing out on that. Let's move on to the Ghanaian publisher this morning. It says that Alfred Mohammed's name pops up in Galamsey activities, and that's on the front page of the Ghanaian publisher. Dumso exposes Grumbler Genapo, and page 3 has got a story on that. And Otumfuo honors Afeti Awono for outstanding leadership. Page 6 has got a story on that as well. And Bawumia shows class at IDU, calls for trust among global leaders. The Ghanaian publisher also reporting on those issues. And that's where he spoke about the Momo, which is believed that has changed Ghana's economy so much because it brought the banking services to the unbanked. And that's some stories on that you can also read about. Let's get into the Economic Times. Economic Times says, blooming economy boosted investor confidence. Mahama extolled a mess call to sustain gains. That's the Economic Times this morning. And away from that, cedi rebounds from world's worst to best performing currency. And it's got Dr. Keso Ato forcing the finance minister captured over there. And some people believe that there's something, they're doing right. And even the president also believes so and has urged them to do the very best. And as it stands right now, it looks like Ghana's currency is doing very well. As to whether we'll be able to sustain, we'll be able to sustain it, that's another issue altogether. So yes, several economists, analysts, and the business community have actually appreciated the President John Dramani Mahama's administration for the remarkable an unprecedented turnaround of the economy in the first 120 days of his government. The key stakeholders of the Ghanaian economy, including ordinary citizens, have all been amazed and jubilant as the local currency cedi has in the past weeks appreciated against the US dollar and other foreign currencies amidst tax cuts and notable government reforms. Now, the question a lot of people are also asking is the fact that, is this reflecting in the pockets of the ordinary Ghanaians? People want to see goods and services also reflecting in the appreciation of the Ghana cedi. But unfortunately, it's not been the case, and that's what a lot of people believe, that there's a problem. Now, we do not really have a policy that would ensure this is done, in a very dramatic way, because then if you've got a policy, as soon as the cedi gains some, level of appreciation, then it means that automatically goods and services on the market are supposed to be reduced. But then again, there's nothing like that to check that. And so it will take time, a bit of negotiation, maybe some, pleading from the government to ordinary people who sell on the market some goods and services to be able to do this. And that's where the major issue is. But let's hope that in the coming years, we'll be able to put structures in place to ensure that when, the city is doing well, or when the economy is doing well, is rebounding and is doing well, it reflects on the goods and services and how people buy items on the market. So that's something that we'll be hoping that it would happen in the coming years. Now, if you've been wondering what it is for the vice president, the former vice president, to speak on the issue of Momo and the transformation that it's caused for the businesses, and of course, speaking about Momo and Ghana's economy, the former vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has highlighted the game-changing impact of digital technology on financial inclusion by explaining how mobile technology has brought banking services to millions of unbanked Ghanaians. And this is a report by the Chronicle. And it moved on and says, speaking at the Cambridge Africa Business Conference, Dr. Bawumia made a compelling case for digitally empowered Africa, asserting that digital transformation is the cornerstone of the continent's development. Now, he shared how Ghana's digital journey has significantly reduced inefficiencies in public administration. And he goes on and says, from digital land records to e-pharmacy systems, Dr. Bawumia detailed reforms that have not only improved service delivery, but also saved millions in public funds. When you digitalize, you formalize, and that's what he stressed on. And so he's been speaking on this some of these issues over there when he made an appearance. But in other stories this morning, 4 employees allegedly steal 475,000 from Pisram Eye Clinic. That's also captured over there. There's a story you can read about it. The government afraid of prosecuting Akonta Mines is a big story over there. Richard Owusu Achiao actually put this together, and it says the Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey has expressed a strong disappointment in the government's failure to bring operators of Akonta Mining Limited, allegedly linked to the New Patriotic Party MPP Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Enchi Bosiako, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, to justice. And it says in a strongly worded statement, the coalition condemned what it described as the state's lackadaisical posture toward holding the company accountable for its alleged illegal mining activities, especially in ecologically sensitive areas such as the Tano Emiri Forest Reserve. Now, he goes on and says the Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey is highly disappointed and shocked by the government's copious failure to enforce Ghana's laws against the criminal conduct of Akonta Mining Limited, the statement actually read. Now, that's some of the issues, that have come up. Sometime last week, this conversation came up as well, and many people were expecting that by now we're getting to some closure when it comes to prosecuting the Akonta miners. But that has not been the case, and the coalition is not happy about that, and they've put a press statement in that regard. Now, let's move on to talk about some more issues. And you know that there have been some appointments when it comes to the MCEs and DCMC and all of that. Joseph Amankwa has secured 100% confirmation for Kwabre East MCE. And so the people of Kwabre East, you have been confirmed. Mr. Joseph Amankwa is now the one who is in charge for the position of Municipal Chief Executive. All right. Some of us seen many issues You know, a lot of them have seen many issues, especially with Baby Bright's, area. There's some places that the government appoints and the people say no. You understand? And they want to bring their own person that they think deserves to be there. I don't know about your area, your district, and what is going on over there in terms of the MCEs and all that. But you can share with us. Let us know what you think. You can send your messages to us. Some of the stories that I've read, you can also share your thought with us as well and let us know what you think. Our WhatsApp line is active. You can send your messages over there. And we're streaming live on Facebook. You can go on Facebook and share your thought with us over there as well. Let us know what you think about some of the issues that I've shared this morning from the various newspapers. Now, Dr. Baumia has been speaking about Ghana's economy, and he said that Momo has changed Ghana's economy so much. If you believe that has been the case, you can send your messages to us and let us know about what you think. Now, the issue of Akonta mining. And a lot of people think that there was some sort of prosecution that I suppose would have been happened by now. Unfortunately, it's not the case. What do you make of it? You want to share your thought with us on that one as well. And the issue of the energy sector also been reported by the Ghanaian publisher, and it says Tumso exposes Grambler Janapo. That's also captured on the front page of the Ghanaian publisher. You can also share your thought with us here as well and let us know what you think, all right? And Bloom Economy, that's also some reports that has been with the finance sector. You want to also share your thought with us. Let us know, do you think that the finance sector is doing very well? Do you think that Dr. Kisanato Force, the finance minister, is doing something that we have not seen for a long time? You can share your thought with us. Let us know what you think. And the main issue we're looking at this morning also is the fact that the mayor has decided that it's going to get rid of the people on the pavement, the hawkers on the pavement of Accra, and it begins tomorrow. Do you think this will be successful? Share your thought with us. Let us know what you think. It's a major decongestion exercise that is about to happen, but do you think this will be the game changer? These are more conversations we're having here on the show. Take a look at this. We're going to go for a quick breather, by the way. When we come back, we'll play for you that report on that, and then we'll get into our conversation as well. So do send us your messages. Let us know what you think. Thanks for staying with us here on Prime On, and it's time for us to get into the major conversations. Like I've said earlier, we're looking at the AMA boss decision to decongest Accra. We're going to be looking at that, but we want to hear your thoughts on that, and so we're going to see how you can also join in the conversation via phone this morning. We're going to activate it so you can just join us briefly. Let us know what you think. You think that this is going to be successful, or you think that it's going to be another walk in the park? It's just going to be like we've always said, you know, it's easy for you to talk about it. Just talk about it and then nothing happens. You think that this time around he's very serious about it. You've listened to him and some of the things that he has said. He's actually not giving up on this fight. Now, he's not going to be using aggression, but he's pleading with the people to just, you know, help him so he can also help them. And that's what he seeks to achieve with this. But you think this is going to be possible? What do you make of it? Decongestion here, a major one for that matter, here in Accra. Let us have your say on that this morning. Give us a call and share your thought with us briefly. We can do this for a couple of minutes, and then we'll get into the major conversations. I've been joined this morning here in the studio by one of my guests. We've got two more to join us here on the show, and then we'll take it from there. But a big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise, Still Phones, Papa Pathie. They're responsible for us having this conversation. And you want to walk into any of our branches this morning and buy from us. Franco Trading Enterprise has got branches all over the place, and give us a call as well. And make sure that once you get in there, you pick any of your phones, Nokia, Samsung, CCTV cameras. You can also get the microwave, any home appliance that you need to go to Franco Trading Enterprise and get it from there. It's the best and with cell quality. And so please do well and come grab your spot. We want to take your take on this. The mayor has decided to clean Accra. Do you think he's going to be successful with this? Honorable Ebenezer Nate has joined us this morning. He's a former MP for Ablekuma Sencha constituency, and he's joined us here on the show. Now, we've got some people, hawkers, who have also shared their thoughts on what the AMA boss wants to do. And some of them believe that it's not going to help them because it's going to take their livelihoods away from them. As to whether they're going to comply with this, it's another problem. But the AMA boss has been asking them to, support him so he can also support him. So let me go to Tamale. If we've got someone in Tamale to share his thought on this with us this morning. Now, you can give us a call this morning. We'll do this for about 5 minutes. We want to hear from you this morning. What do you make of this decision by the AMA boss to decongest Accra? And Honorable Alote says that he wants to help the people, the hawkers. And so let me get the thought of... hello, are you there?
Hello.
Yeah, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. What's your thought on this?
Well, that's a very good initiative by the government, if only they can sustain it and spread it across the country. Because here in Tamale, we are also facing the same problem. Because if you come to the street of Tamale, central business of Tamale, you can see massive decongestion around our major roads. So if the government can spread it across the Tamale with this decongestion, I think it will help. And if they can sustain it, it will be a good move for us.
Yeah, the issue has been sustaining it. So let's see how, in a couple of months, we'll be able to take this. But you also says that Tamale also has to go through the same
thing. Yes, we also need that. So there is massive blockage of our main roads within the Tamale central business area.
Okay. All right. Very well. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing your thought with us this morning.
Thank you.
As well. The people of Tamale are also asking for the same thing. Now, don't forget that it's not so easy as we see it. The hawkers have also been speaking, and they've been sharing their thought on what they think this is going to do to them in terms of their livelihood. But the mayor is still insisting that he wants to really go on with this. Now, let me welcome my guest in the studio. Honorable Ebenezer Nate, like I said earlier, has joined us this morning. And also, Richard Manoribe has also joined us here as well. Let me say good morning to my guest. Good morning. How are you, Honorable? You good?
Yeah, by God's grace, KMJ. I hope you're also doing well.
I'm good. The downpour didn't really bring us good news yesterday, but we're here.
But we just have to thank God for our lives and thank God that today we have counted among the living.
Yeah.
It's not everybody who wake up with us. So if you are alive, the only thing you have to do is to thank God. You and I received a very bad news over the weekend of one of our favorite musicians.
Yeah.
Nobody thought that he would pass at that material time. I'm being told that they even have a show next week.
On the 25th.
Yeah, so meaning that this Saturday, you're supposed to have a show. I think Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
God knows best. So for us as a living, all what we need to do is to thank God for our life, for giving us yet another day.
Awesome, awesome. Let me pick another person who wants to share his thought on this issue. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name, where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Brian Bule, Lakeside Estate Committee 8.
Okay. What do you want to say about this?
Yeah, in fact, this decongestion exercise is good one. It's good one. In fact, everywhere you pass now, people are selling on the roads. Even the vehicles don't have no way even for them to pass. There's no even for them to pass. Where the food street, especially when it comes at Medina, you see the food street have for food to pass. No space for it to pass. So what I'm going to say is that the good exercise pass. The problem is the politics can pick up. It can be sustained. It can be sustained. This is the problem. But without politics, I know this is going to help everybody so that this cars, vehicles, and these people can all get flow of the pass to do their various activities wherever they go. So that's my point.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. And two people all agree with the decision of the mayor, and they believe that if it's sustained, it's going to be good for the country. I don't know about what you think. Let me pick one last person, and then we're done with the calls. Hello, good morning. All right, so we're going to take our last call. If you can get through, and then we hear your thought on that, then we'll come back. Let me introduce Richard, also to join us over here. And now Sapong has also joined us as well. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you doing, Richard?
How are you too?
I'm good.
Very well.
Just that I don't see you more often than supposed to now.
Yes,
because you're busy.
No, I'm not busy. I've
You're
been
busy
around.
because you're working for Mother Ghana. That's
yes, we are all working for Ghana. We want together. So even the opposition
there's a kind of busy someone actually, exhibits in various form. You believe that the person is just not busy, but it's pretending to be busy. But yours is busy in service, which I know. That's what I'm saying. So it's a positive being busy.
Well, then I thank God that I have a role to play in the country. But let me say good morning to you and good morning to your cherished viewers. And very good morning to the good people of Nkwanta South constituency and the people of Oti region. It's a very good morning to everybody, and I hope that, as we are saying, building the Ghana we want together, everybody will be busy working for the nation so that we'll be able to achieve the better Ghana, the resetting agenda we have, so that President John Dramani Mahama has a social contract with the Ghanaians, and the Ghanaian collaboratively voted for President John Dramani Mahama. So you see how we've started with the reformation of the economy, making sure the promises we have done, we are going on. So everybody must be busy to make sure that Ghana will be busy, so that we will clear up all the messes we have in this country.
Very well. Let me pick my last caller, and then we'll get back to our conversation. Emmanuel in Takrady. Emmanuel.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Yourself, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
I'm good. Thanks for the time this morning. We appreciate it. What do you want to say on the issue?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to share Lord Honorable Ebenezer Nat, one of the hardest former ends we had, but he's a good man. Yeah,
Regional Chairman.
the education is very good, but the sustainability the problem. I hope we heard Martin when the mayor was appointed or elected. He also wanted to sing. And what happened? Nothing. Now you can't hear about it because the political gimmick is too much. So the idea is that coming because of politics that we have imposed in everything. So if we can take politics out of it, I think it will be sustainable. This new congestion should be done the whole country. If we want to go to every community or municipality, it is there. But sustainability is the issue. So I thank you very much.
Okay, thank you too for sharing your thought on this issue. The issue all has to do with sustainability. Do we have the last person that I can pick on? Okay, so that's our last caller for this morning here. Thanks for sharing your thoughts on the issue. Now, Nana Sapong has also joined us this morning as well, political assistant to Ireland Movement for Change. Nana, how is it going, my brother?
The going is good. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Well, I know.
Yeah, you're looking good.
Thank you. I try.
Well, lunch date Vienna.
Oh, I can see where Nana is going. See the way Honorable is looking so nice. See Richard.
Did you see his picture address in Kaba and you didn't see that?
Oh, they had to force me to do this for others.
No, they have. Your producers should send it to me to have a look at it.
No, you don't have to. It's only Honorable that saw it.
Good to see you, my brother.
Good to see you too, and thanks for the time. I appreciate you so much. Now, please do well and send your messages to us. Let us know what you think about what the Crown Mayor wants to do with regards to the hawkers on the street. Now, I'm going to start off with you, Honorable.
We start with Gamashi.
Yesterday I saw him.
You know, his constituency used to have this issue of flood. You know, Ablekuma.
It's good that I came early so that the two of them would just.
So this one will hit you.
But he did deal with that. He actually did a good job when he was MP, and we need to put it in perspective that MPs are actually not development officers.
That's true.
MPs are legislators. They make laws. All right, and they support the DCs who are development officers to actually try to see whether or not they're able to lobby to bring development to their constituency. But I mean, he's a brother. Not that for the fact that he's seated here, but he did a great job when he was MP. You would always see him himself on the ground trying to work when the floods were in. And I mean, he was one of the good guys. He did well. Because the other constituency, you understand, also has flood issues. But, I mean, as I said, I'm not able to speak same. You understand? So I think he did a good job.
Just that management of the situation,
inter-party issue.
That's what got him where he is. Got him out. And there's a caller who also mentioned, said very good things about it as well. So I mean, it's really good.
Let me say good morning to our cherished viewers, and let me take this opportunity to wish my friend and sister and a fighting political partner, Reina Bubakar, is the NDC constituency women organizer for Ablekuma Central. She's a very good friend of mine. But when it comes to politics, you put friendship aside and deal with it. Yesterday was her birthday.
Oh, nice.
Let me wish her happy belated birthday. I pray that the NDC will recognize the good work she has done in the constituency and reward her accordingly. And that will also motivate others to also work for the party. Just as been talking about other MDC people, that's not that because they are personal friends, but because we know what they did when the party was in opposition. And 5 months down the line, we are hoping and seeing that there will be a change in their life. So, happy birthday, my sister. KMJ, I listened to the AMA boss and then the Clolly Clotte Municipal Chief Executive.
He was
a joint press conference that because they share boundary. You know, it is so funny when it comes to Accra. I don't know about the other regions, but when it comes to Accra, the boundaries that we share, and it will interest you because on one breath, your left is in one assembly, the other left
move and then you are.
No, even if you are standing a circle right now. Your left will be in Clolly Clotte, the other will be in how do you call it, Ayawaso Central. Your next move will be in AMA. So Circle, for instance, have 3 municipal assemblies managing the place. So sometimes it finds it very difficult as to who you will talk to. Which of the municipal executives that you will talk to.
If you don't know the demarcations very well.
Exactly. So you can even call the AMA boss and, oh, this is what is happening here. You tell, no. It falls within Clolly Clotte. So it was good point for them to have a joint press conference to decide to deal with hawkers on us. I think the last time we came, I spoke about this thing. But let me say this for a fact. This project that he intends to do will last for only 7 months.
7 months.
This project, that's the AMA mayor, as well as the chief executive of Clolly Clotte, have decided to do, will only last for 7 months. It will end on 31st of December 2025. It can't go beyond that. If it goes beyond that, I'll give them a thumbs up. But I know it will not go beyond that. It will not go beyond that because the political will not permit them to do what they wanted to do. It will not go beyond that. Because, look, we are living in a country where everything we do in this country is politics. In fact, every year is an election year. Every year. It's an election year for whether you are in government or you are in opposition, it's an election year. So you don't have the political will to deal with issues as you want to. Just as Daniel said, me, during my campaign, I told them that, look, if you give me the mandate, you are giving me a 4-year mandate. It is subject for me to come back to you and renew it. And you renew it based on what you think I have done. Not all because of what Daniel said, but honestly, when I work in my constituency, I feel so proud because people compare me with my predecessors. Look, my electoral area, when I came as a member of parliament in 2017, there was no one drain in my electoral area.
But today, when you go in my electoral area, I can tell you that I did about 95% of drain in the whole electoral. There are some places you can't even pass. Today, there are all more trouble that you can pass. But the political will is what we have in this country.
But it's always been the case. We've always had to fight this.
This Accra hawkers taking over the streets and all those things. When Oko Vanapwe was prevented, then I know that was the end of dealing with this issue. Wow. When Oko Vanapwe started this project, he came and he drew a red line. Don't cross this. Even that one, even as smart as me personally, I disagree with him because eventually the same pavement, and you are saying that I'm dividing the pavement into two. Take one and let some pedestrians also take one. And for the first place, it's wrong because it is not for hawking. But when he started and was moving people's rights, he was doing marvelously well. Then the political power set in. Then you have the former NDC national organizer, Yabwa Tinja. So, what are you doing? You when we're campaigning for power, you were in US with your beer. Today we have won power. Look at what they are coming to do. And that was the end of Oko Vanapwe. And then he stopped. My own brother and senior brother and friend, Honorable Henry Quarty, when he became the regional minister, and he started the same project in collaboration with the MNDCs. We have party people, MPP people, who organize some women who come to national headquarters and will be crying, or we a party, no, or yes, see. Then Henry also, today, where they were selling the onions, in my constituency, let's go and look at the place now. It is worse than it used to be when Henry Quarty removed them from the place. Now go and even look at the road that was constructed and asphalted. Go and look at the road now. Now it has turned to be scrap dealers, and it is so nasty. That's why I'm saying that this thing, he said it's starting from tomorrow. Yeah. It will end on 31st of December 2025. It can't go beyond on the 1st of January 2026 because he will not get the political. Because look, from next year, NDC will start their polling station elections. And then it will come to the electoral area. They call it ward. Then it will come to the constituency. Then it moves to the region. Then it moves to national. Then 2027, and that project, they will start from maybe January to December. And then 2027, they will do presidential and parliamentary primaries. Then the following year, we are going for election. It ends.
It's the reason this one will not go beyond.
Because you will have party people who will resist him. You have party people who will say all manner of things. And you know, just over the weekend, President Mahama was going on a tour in Greater Accra and thanking them that it is Greater Accra who made him the president. In as some other regions also contributed. Greater Accra did so well. So people will base on that. Oh, see, you said we voted for you. Now look at what your mayor is doing. Mahama would never call the mayor to stop. He will not. He would never.
But there are other people who would.
There are people who will call him. Like, Massa, we want Greater Accra.
Who does the mayor listen to? The president or people who are around him?
You see, the mayor will listen to the president. He will listen to the local government minister. But the point is that we have the regional and constituency executives of the party
who believe the party wins because of these people
who will be fighting. You see what I'm saying? I bet I will not say it, but me, I'll say it.
Okay, it is not
only in NDC. Both NDC and NPP.
Issue.
That's a major problem. Look, me, my constituents, I was having issues with mechanics. Look, all the roads in my constituents that I've done have not turned into a fitting shop. Sometimes when you are coming, it becomes hell for you. There's a place, like to be a question. After the man had put in on the gravels and he wants to put the bitumen, the people said they will not. I went there and I begged them. They moved their car. The next morning, no.
They brought the
now go and look at the place. But let the MCU go and fight for it. Oh, it's an MPP stronghold. And you have party people that will be insulting him or her. That look at what you're doing. Look at what he's doing. You want to destroy our party. when you get political will to deal with this issue, I think it will help. But for me, as I said,
they are not going.
This is a 7-month project. It will never go beyond on the 1st of January 2026. Market.
Richard, do you agree? KMG, I agree to some extent that the political will is the major problem. But I disagree of his 7-month prediction. that is what I disagree on.
You think it's not real?
No, KMG, you see, the fact of the matter
Maybe
is
that 3 months.
No, even less.
The fact of the matter is that we all know the situation in which we are when it comes to congestion in Greater Accra. Just yesterday, a 3-hour downpour of rain. You saw what happened in this.
Terrible.
Very terrible. Today when I was driving through coming, what I saw, the waste that I saw in our gutter drainages, I was so shocked. So I asked myself that if we are about 30 million Ghanaians here in Ghana, isn't it? About 30 million above.
Yeah.
So if everybody do 1 ton of waste a day, how many waste do you have in a day? About 30 tons of waste. About 30 million tons of waste a day. Where do we dump them? And the major problem in this country is the dumping field. You know it.
Yeah.
That has been a major challenge in the country. You go to somewhere, the waste management companies want to dump. The chiefs
dumping sites is always
the dumping site, and they want to dump. The chief said, "No, this is my land."
Yeah.
This one will say, "This is my land," and there's a major problem. So everybody gets his waste. It's either you dump it in the gutter, you dump it by the major road, and you dump it anywhere. If you go and read the Minister of Local Sanitation report, they are telling us about 503 children die every year out of malaria and cholera because of waste mismanagement. And government lose about $215 million every year on that. So we must take a bull to ourselves. We must fight it head on. We must not look at the political will of it. We must know that where we are is the major problem is the waste management and all boiled down to the congestion in the communities in which we live. In as matter, we are even thinking about hawkers. Look at our areas where we live. The number of kiosks that spring out. The number of this that spring out. Where did they put their waste? It's all boiled down to congestion. Recently, NADMO warned that everybody should prepare for the rain coming. And just one rain, see what happened. So if Mayor has come out to say that, I think he's piloting about 8 sites in Greater Accra to make sure that they decongest the place so that everybody will have a free movement. Can you mind you know that when the area is congested, it's not only about the waste, keeping it clean, the robbery aspect of it, the illegality of it, the drugs of it, the drug zones are all things that we must look at. Immorality aspect of it that happens. In the night, when you pass somewhere in the night, this our sister who said, in the night, you pass and you see them in those congested areas. The things they do. The things they do there. No, those that engage themselves in prostitution. I'm just saying that. You know, so sometimes, yes, those that engage themselves with prostitution. All those congested areas, you go to. You pass there in the night, that area, the number of illegalities that happens there.
Yeah.
Being it drugs, being it stealing, attacks, and all those things. So I think that we must fight it head on. I have agreed with. Look, when Henry Kwete started this decongestion around Accra Mall, those days Accra Mall, it was one of the criminal-prone zone. You see people holding bags and whatever they are selling. They are not selling. They are not hawkers. They are doing other things by snatching mobile phones, by stealing people's money, even in the bus stops. You want to join the car. Before you join the car, you get the maid said, "Yes, where's your money?" You put your hand in your pocket.
Wallet is gone.
Your wallet is gone. So Henry Kwete started. All of us supported it. But as you are saying, somebody will pick a phone and call that, look, don't spoil my electoral area for me. Don't spoil my constituency for me, or don't spoil my region for me. They are the people that vote for us. But mind you, the people that are engaging in hawking and illegalities are more than the people that want it to be cleared. You understand? We go to markets every day, we see it. This decongestion, there have been task force that have been fighting every day. You go, you hear the women, Abaye, I like to call them.
Yeah.
Abaye, they hold their pants and everything and run. When the Abaye goes, they come back again. So I think that there must be a proper measure to make sure that when we are able to decongest the area, we keep the area clean. Everybody knows the benefit of it. The people will not talk. And I think that the current government keep making sure we want to clean Accra and making Accra one of the cleanest cities that we promised. We will do it well.
And that is not possible.
Oh, no,
even go beyond 2026.
I think that we must all come together to keep Accra clean. It's a collective responsibility.
But how do you work around it when we all know that politically
that is why the mayor says that he's going to pilot 8 zones. I mean, I think the Kane Okaishi, all those things, so that there will be a day then they will block some major roads to allow you to sell. It's not that so that I can run a 24-hour economic policy to as well. It's not always that everybody is everywhere selling. You at bus stops, the car cannot park. Again, there are some times today you are going to do something with emergency. If you don't take your time, the hawkers take the road, they own the road more than you. And when you joke, they'll vandalize your car. So we must look at it. We have market shares in this country enough. So we will do it. I think that we must all come together. Is it possible? It is very possible when we all agree together to do it. It is when they start and the MPP say, hey, you see, they voted for you. You see what they are doing to you. As you are saying, maybe somebody who want to become a member of parliament say, no, why are you destroying my constituency? Don't you know that there are people that will vote for me? But at the end of the day, that is not the solution. The solution is that we must make the area clean so that we can erase armed robbers, we can get rid of cholera, we can get rid of malaria and other chronic diseases that we get from ourselves. People come to sell and they don't even stay there. And as I'm talking to you now, if you go to where the fire service and the Tema Station area there, in the night, there's the clear bedroom for people to sleep. And at the end of the day, you see they put curtains, put all those things and sleep, and the following morning, you don't even know where to dump them. So that's the major problem. I think that we must come together to make Accra clean. That's a collective responsibility.
Okay.
And to take political colors out of it. And President John Dramani Mahama and the regional minister and the mayor I know, who will take a sole responsibility in Greater Accra, will make sure that the proper things are done, not political.
Okay.
And we, as NDC, will not interfere in the job of the mayor. That's why I pray that Honorable Nate and then Afafranto and PNC, CPP should also play politics out of it. Let us just stand to make sure we keep Accra clean, a collective responsibility.
Okay, these are your words here on this very show, and I'm sure we'll be counting down to find out what happens in a couple of months. But, Nana, King Zuba started this in Kumasi. In fact, he made some pronouncement. A lot of people believe that he even went beyond, in terms of the words that he was using.
That is their own interpretation.
Exactly the point.
It's one statement I love. What he has here.
What he has here.
What he has here. Right now, people believe that nothing has been done ever since those pronouncements and the backlash came. It's gone to rest because really, I had to. Now we're seeing another person come up and say, I'm also going to do this, even though he's taking a different approach. He seems to be pleading with the people, as different from what King actually did.
My brother, see, we need to call a spade a spade. And as a Christian, the Bible makes me to understand that if you spare the rod,
you're spoiling the child.
And sometimes you need to be able to take the bull by the horn and deal with the issues head on. What is the issue? The issue has to do with flooding. The issue has to do with a problem that has a direct effect on the livelihood of man. It destroys properties. It takes away lives. It destroys homes, etc. Are we willing to deal with the issue, solve it, and have our lives? Or we want to pamper the problem, live with it, and die with it early? The choice is ours to make. Do we have to play politics with the issue of flooding and decongestions? Is that what we want to do? Collectively, we all sit here and we have issues with it. Yesterday, I happened to have gone for a meeting somewhere when the rain had started. Within a matter of 30 minutes, I was done. And when I was driving out, the same route I used in was flooded in less than 30 minutes. Now, I asked myself that we have MMDAs in all of these areas. He's been in the assembly before because he's been an MP.
An assemblyman?
Of course. I mean, and he's a royal, so the land is his. My brother, you know you need a building permit to be able to put up a structure. You know that. Yeah. It's established in law. Now, you know that these planning officers and these engineers would have to come and inspect the site according with the plan you have, the design. In terms of
drainage and all of those things, how it's going to affect or not.
How are you able to put up a building, having a building permit, and yet there would be no drains within that vicinity? Have you thought about it? There are most of these areas that you go, including some gated communities, that there are no drainage anywhere. They go to these assemblies to get building permits, they put up their structures, and there are no drainage anywhere. And so when the rains come, where should they go? There are some footages that came up, Butchie and
Lakeside.
Lakeside.
This is crazy. Yeah, this one as
well. So the question,
and the filth
I am sorry. I might
on hills, all those areas.
I might be insensitive this morning, but I do not sympathize with these guys.
Is that their fault?
It is their fault. You are putting up a building.
Most of them are living in places where companies built them and they rented them.
Companies?
Yeah. The gated communities, most of them.
My brother, you are going to buy a property on mortgage because most of these properties are on mortgage.
Yeah.
You go to inspect. You sit with these companies to negotiate. You notice that there are no drainages anywhere.
I think it hardly even comes to mind. A lot of people don't even.
So when it rains,
don't pay attention to.
When it rains, where do you want it?
I want the place. The money is available, so let me just
see.
pay
let's be honest.
Stay
and be real. If we continue to live our lives like this, we will come back next year, sit on this same table to discuss floods. And this one, you see, I would blame the assemblies. You don't wait until the bad or the wrong is done. You need to deal with the issue. When you have gone for inspections in these areas, what do you go to inspect?
It's not the same political things.
No, they are technocrats. These are technocrats.
But some of them still go.
Don't bring politics here.
You sure it's not a major issue?
I have come to you. I want to build. I need a building permit. You're supposed to come and do some inspections at my site, ensure that everything is in order. You have come, there is no drainage. Is it MPP and DCO of Afranto that is supposed to tell you to do your work? When the flood is coming, the footages we are seeing, have you seen any political party color on it? When your things are flooded, how much will the politician give you?
Yeah.
These ones that has happened, NADMO will go and share blankets,
well, very
mattress,
very inadequate,
and a bag of rice.
Yeah.
Who's lost? Is it a politician or yourself? Are you thinking about your life first? Personal security should be of importance to you. This is an issue of security. Your safety. You should be able... See, where I live, about 4 or 5 decided to do the drainage, construct the drainage. We did it. We have a contractor, God bless him. He decided to fix the link road between the houses. He did it to an extent. Then he suggested to the other people that, we have done it from point A to point B. We've done the drainage. All right, so this is what you do. I have the machines. I have the labor force. These are the materials we will need. So you go get the material and let me help you to construct, to continue.
Continue from where we left off.
You know the reply one of the women gave him? The woman says, when you say Bruna who the onfanya. So we said, okay. That was about 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Then we were there one time and the rains came. And then she was the one in her house trying to use the aso. So I kind of
to get the rings out of the house.
The rings. What the contractor did was so beautiful because she wanted to create that lane through the walls of the contractor. Then he decided to also release his dogs in the rain. You don't come near my wall. You had an opportunity
to do this.
So you now want to relieve yourself so that we suffer.
At the expense of the others?
No. And then I was up there and I was clapping for him. What he said. Very excellent live exhibition he did. And you see, if you have such people living in the neighborhood, do you think the place would grow?
No.
It is not as though somebody is asking you to pay anything. For your own safety. Whilst it was raining, we, those who had done the draining, we were so comfortably up, nobody was worried. I was never worried my compound was going to be flooded. I was never worried I was going to have issues waking up with my car. I was never worried. And the man did it in such a way that the rains would flow down, and so we have access road.
Okay.
And you, those who have refused to do it, you would suffer.
So our attitude is part of this.
Attitude is part.
We don't want to change. We don't like change. We don't want to see change.
Our commitment to our own safety. What I always tell people, when you have died, the most painful aspect is the fact that you'll be lying down and people will be eating jollof at your funeral. So your safety...
Even is worse. It's even...
Your safety should be of priority to you. You get it? Your safety should be of priority to you. What has been the contribution also of our religious leaders and our chiefs in times like these? They are the people who speak or talk for the community to listen and to understand. And so our religious leaders, our pastors and Islamic clergy and our chiefs should be encouraged to make very pronounced statements on this, profound statements on these issues, and to be seen engaging the community, drawing the attention to the fact that, listen, you have come, you are living in our communities, you are living on our lands, but your life is important to us. The properties you have built need to be protected. And if we make this as an objective, we set this up as a goal, we go to the churches and our pastors are preaching on it, just like we preach on peace when it's elections time. And our Islamic clergy is preaching on it in the mosque, and our traditional rulers take it upon themselves that they will go out there, any house that has no drains around it, you deal with them. At least it would reduce some of these problems that we have.
Okay.
But with my very last statement comes with our markets, the decongestion. During the campaign, the Movement for Change, in its great transformational plan, had proposed that there was a need for us to have modern markets across the length and breadth of this country. Modern markets with modern architectural designs. You understand me?
Yeah.
Some of these markets do not even have drains. Meanwhile, you could have been able to construct underground drains that would soak these waters away. You get it? The issue comes up when they say that, yes, we will build a market, but still the hawkers would say that they do not have or they do not want to go in because the people do not want to walk in. My brother, if we build a market and we make it affordable, and these hawkers have shops in these markets, the customers, the people will be forced to walk in to the market. The people drive by these roadside to buy because we have allowed these hawkers on the roadside. If you are looking for food to buy today, you want to buy wache, and you get out to your car park, and you do not find a wache seller by the roadside here, would you not go to where you would find a wache seller? If you drive along the street and you do not find people selling tissue and water, would you not find a Shell mart or a supermarket somewhere or a close-by market, park, go into the market to get what you want to do? We only encourage these things because we have refused to implement or crack the whip. If we move them off, we do not have to pamper them. If we move them off the roadside, they are forced to go into the markets. Myself and you are also forced to go into the market to purchase whatever that we will have to purchase. It is a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Are we willing to actually do this? I believe that the politicians would only have or sustain the political will we are talking about when the people themselves are willing and ready to push for that change. The mindset change is very important. The people's will to change that attitude of it is very important.
Okay.
Because even after we have constructed all of these modern markets, and the people still refuse to go in there.
Let's go back to
and we, the people, the buyers, also say, okay, we can't go in there, so let's buy from the roadside. It's going to continue. So as a people, it's a collective responsibility. It's a collective responsibility.
Okay. Honorable, so the Movement for Change had this in their manifesto in terms of attitude, no change. It is one thing that maybe the NDC would also say, oh, we also picked it up and said that, well, when we come, we're going to make sure that the people change their mindsets, you know, and do the right things. Do we see Ghanaians having a change of mind and say, you know what, if nobody even comes after us, let's just do it for ourselves? You have been there. You've dealt with these people. You've been around them and all of that. You think that we've gotten to that point yet? Maybe the NDC is in government, and so the people want to listen to the NDC now and change their attitudes.
KMJ, there are others who wish, who love that their environment or where they live, they'll have a sound mind. And there are others that will also resist because he believes that the only, look, you pass through some places and people have put containers on top of a drain. So when it rains, where do you expect the water to pass?
The container is sitting on the thing.
So it will come on the streets.
That's it.
And then
land on the streets.
So when you go and touch a person, it becomes an issue. I am not against the projects in which the mayor wants to do. I'm fully in support. But that it won't last. But that's because of the politics. Look,
so why didn't start in the first place?
Nania was talking about that the technocrats are supposed to do A, B, C, and look,
engineers.
Before the appointment of MNDCs, President John Mahama made the coordinating directors as acting MNDCs. He said they should act till he appoints.
Yeah.
Just check from the day President Mahama made that declaration to the time that they appoint MNDC. Go to the various assembly and go and check what the technocrats did. Nothing. You pass through the principal street and you can see huge refuse
You know that a vacuum has been created.
You don't expect the chief executive even to come because you're the coordinating director. Even if President Mahama has not even given you that power, you're the coordinating director. The sanitation director is there. The environmental person is there. You are still taking, property rate. You are still raising IGF. You don't expect the president to tell you that do this before you do it. In respect of building permit and all those things. Look, this country, we can only transform when we put all our political colors and everything aside and say that, look, this time around, we are focusing, irrespective of our political affiliation, we want to develop this country. Until that,
that will be difficult. It will be from what we said. It looks like it's very, very difficult.
When Henry was doing the engagement of sacking the people from the Onion market, he involved my MP. He involved, in fact, he involved all the NDC members of parliament, including the MPP members of parliament. But what happened? Look, they just ended confirmation of MC, the mayor.
Yeah.
The one who has given the power,
Alote.
The former mayor, Kwachosaki, was at his confirmation. The immediate past. Stanley Ajiri Branson, former Councillor of State, who has also been a former mayor, was also there. In fact, my brother and friend, Ajesowa, was invited, but he's out of the country. They invited all mayors, join NDC and MPP regime. They were all there. They will talk, pepe. But when we come out, then the political thing sets in. So for me, I am not against, but I still stand that if my brother is able to go beyond 31st December 2025, then he can succeed. Because I don't see it happen because of the political nature that we put in. And yes, my brother said something that yes, when you get to a point, then MPP will take, will be saying that, you see what they are doing to you. Whilst the NDC people, some will be happy and some will not be happy. It's because of the way we have made our country and we are doing our politics. But until we all come to a realization, look, it is not about NDC, it is not about MPP, it's about governance, it's about our own life, just as Nanaya said. Look at what has happened in Kaswa. Yesterday I was getting some videos and...
Yeah, we want to get into that proper. We're trying to see... Yeah. We're trying to see how we can even speak to the director of drinks with regards to this. And so you wrap up.
So for me,
some messages.
I think that
I'll come to you.
We need to get the political will. And we need to put our political lenses aside. But it's because we always put politics in everything. The last time when I came here, I was telling
Jerusalem,
that at time, in fact, there are some assemblies that I know in Greater Accra. As soon as there's a change of government, they'll go and hand over toilet keys. Toilet keys. To the NDC, they'll go to the NDC office. Now you have one. Munjimu keys. Then another government comes, 2029. You to take. That's the stand in which you are going. So a time will come that I'm sitting at the public toilet taking money, and I'll see my brother coming. I say, no, NDC,
Let's get some messages, and we'll come back and deal with the issue of the floods proper as well. We've seen some videos and all of that. We want to see how we can stop this from happening, when it rains again. But where we are right now, the rains have started very heavily, and so we cannot do anything about it. Honorable was saying that instead of we doing whatever we have to do at the dry season, when the rains have not come, we'll not do it. We'll just waste time. And then when the rains start, then we'll now start looking for solutions. Now, this one over here says, good morning, host. Greetings to all the panelists. We are blessed to have Honorable Ebenezer in our constituency. He's a man of his words. God bless him. Transa Ablikuma Centra sent him that one. One over here says, in fact, Nanaya has fantastic ideas. The NPP, we have the men, and Nanaya should return to his party. After all, we have the prodigal son in the Bible. Daniel Abose sent him that one. Oh, this one's a good one. When it comes to cleaning of Accra, I want to commend the Honorable Ebenezer during his time as an an MP. He really worked hard, especially with sanitation issues. God bless him. Daniel Apia in Aboso Kai sent in that one. And this one says, good morning, Greater Accra MPP. Need a strong man like Honorable Eben as the chairman of the region. He's committed to hard work. Okay, this is an Honorable Ebenezer's morning for what all indications. Now, good morning. The mayor should not put more measures on this exercise to end hawkers from our roads and pavements stemming from Pabinya sent in that one. Let me go to Sameh Boache. Sameh says that I have reservations regarding the AMS decongestion exercise, which may not achieve the desired outcomes within the year. The hawkers in question purportedly voted for the current administration with the expectation of improved economic prospects, including the distribution of dollars. It appears incongruous so that the same individuals who contributed to the administration's ascension to power are now being targeted for removal from the street. Furthermore, Ghanaians deserve a more equitable pricing structure for cement, which currently stands at 150 Ghana cedis. The recent 17.4% increment in electricity costs, coupled with the exacerbation of doomsday, has been particularly debilitating. Additionally, the proliferation of galamsey activities allegedly perpetrated by NDC party supporters has reached alarming proportions. The cocoa price remains stagnant despite promises to increase it to 6,500 Ghana cedis, which has proven to be a falsehood. It is also noteworthy that Ofosu Kwakye previously asserted that the Free SHS Secretariat was unnecessary, yet an individual has been appointed to occupy this position. Within 2028 looming on the horizon, these concerns warrant attention, and Mahama must stop galamsey now. That's Sameh Boache writing some thesis for us this morning to read. Thank you for sending that. Good morning, everyone. Is the NDC man saying that we shouldn't do politics with the flag? In 2019, that's where the problem is coming. You're making reference. In 2019, floods in Accra, the NDC were blaming Nanado for it. The NDC in opposition do politics with every national issue. Now is their problem. They should solve it. Christian from Sandima sent in that. This one says it's a big joke for the NDC. All right. Good morning, KMJ. What the AMA is planning is a good move, but all this is a cost of urbanization. The government has to tackle the unemployment rate in the country. Extend my greetings to Honorable Mayor for Tamale Metro, Honorable Alaji Abu Takoro, and that's from Nazir. Sending that one. This one says, good morning, KMJ. This cleanup exercise in Accra is a good thing. We all have to support it. We should not play politics with it. We should tell the people the truth, because the way and manner they sell on the roadside is bad. Today, I like Honorable the MPP man because he has not been political. He spoke the truth, and this is how we have to go as a country. Greetings to my brother, Richard. And that's from Samuel Nasi. Okay. Meshach Asante is here, and he says that the NPP and their followers should tell me if they are saying the appreciation of the cedi against the dollar is because of the international trade war between America and other countries. Then what about euro, pounds, CFA, and other currencies which are also depreciation against the cedi? They also caused by what? I seriously need the answer from NPP and some few journalists who think like them. They will continue to stay in the opposition forever since they haven't learned their lessons. Honorable Atuforsen and Honorable Isaac Adongo told them in opposition that the depreciation of the city is due to the economic mismanagement of the NPP administration, and it will be fixed when the NDC comes into power with fresh ideas. And now NDC is in power, and that's why the city is constantly performing against the other currencies. So we are still waiting for traders and drivers to do the needful. Abba, Papa, Abba. Said in that one. This one over here says, and it's from Correct Score, Zakaria and Shiyan, and it says, President Mahama immediate 120 days in office is very good, just an inch to excellence. The most scintillating point is the dollar appreciating 13 Ghana cedis instead of 15 Ghana cedis, and many other good initiatives by President Mahama. Don't let Sameh Jemfi tactical play by NPP distract you. Be focused, resetting Ghana. Greetings to Bono Regional NADMO Director Fatih Krenal, and I'm sure you're greeting the regional NADMO director this morning because of the rain. So, but what exactly? But speaking about the rains and the havoc that is caused, we're going to be paying attention to it this morning as well. And so you can send your messages. I'm sure you've seen some of the videos from Botche and Lakeside and those properties that have been damaged and all of that. We want to share your thought on that one. You can send us on our WhatsApp line. We're streaming live on Facebook as well. And a big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise. Rich, I don't know about your area in terms of the drainage. I mean, of course, it's all about even the fields that we've engulfed this nation with. It's also one of the major causes of what we're seeing right now. Why do we wait when it starts raining and everything is becoming a mess? Then we now start having conversations about solutions. When we could have preferred the solutions or even acted on the solutions way before getting into this period. What kind of people are we?
It all boiled down to the attitudinal change we talked about. I recall that this is the first time that the government had a NADMO director, the Honorable Major Retired Kuyo, went around prior to these rains, advised the public, sensitized the public about the effect of the flood, and that we must be very responsible to whatever we do. And so I think that we should have been prepared ahead of these rains. This morning, I took through the airport hills, through Nanakrum, to Botche area, and it was very, 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 very bad. If you see the waste that people dumped in our drainage and our gutters, it's something we can't do anything about it. So I think that the major thing we should be doing now is to find a way as to how we'll manage to decongest areas where we know there are flooding zones. And I think we should take a critical measures about that. We shouldn't have any excuse about it so that we'll not waste our time. Every year, we'll sit here and talk about it. Government allocate a lot of money into this. I think international communities also even donate huge amount of money to fight flood in our country. So I believe that the NADMO, their duty is not only to, when the disaster happens, they don't manage disaster only, they also prevent disaster management. So they should just take a critical look at it and find a way to demolish. The only solution is to demolish areas where people build in areas where you know that there's flood. Sometimes somebody will just go and get some land somewhere, start building a house without any measures, without any permit, without any management. And all this has happened. It's not only the flood, it's also about fire outbreaks as well.
Check that.
So institutions have to check, but sometimes you can't always get the people, and they are very difficult. And it's also political issues that we are talking about. Somebody might be building on the flood area, you go to demolish, and somebody will place a call. It's my cousin, it's my nephew. At the end of the day, Ghanaians are dying out of it. And these rains that you've seen, sometimes you see the cholera issue that will start. There will be cholera outbreak as well.
But your party is in power now.
That is why I'm saying that.
Can we now say that people have to do the right thing?
Of course.
The NDC is going to
Of course. The NDC...
If you place a call and the call comes to stop whoever...
The NDC has always preached on the resetting agenda. And the resetting agenda also comprises of all these things. Even if you recall, over the weekend, I think on Friday, President Mahama has even laid out plans to decongest Accra City, the commercial cities, to and make sure that we move, not everything, that we move them out of Accra Central to other communities and how to link the communities. So we are aware of all these problems of the flood. We are aware of how people acquire land. We are aware of how people put their containers across some areas. Today, I think our Greenwood Meridian line, where earthquake zones, have all been built. So if there's earthquake today in Ghana, you'll see what will happen. So it's a major problem. A really, 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 really major problem. It's not only in Accra. I think other cities, as a caller also came calling the phone in, I said, Tamale to the same problem. Yeah. If you go to Kumasi and also, so we should look at it. And if we come together, we can resolve it. But it's a problem. It's a sad problem. Today, people are rendered homeless. A lot of people, just in Accra. Just a few rain that have started. Yeah. So we should be looking.
And we have a long way to go. But let me go on the phone line and speak to Engineer Richard Amekor. He's the head of Drainage Department, Ghana Hydrological Authority, and speak to him on this very issue. Engineer, good morning, if you can hear me.
Good morning, my brother.
Thanks a lot for the time this morning. I appreciate you.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Great. I'm sure you've seen the extent of damage that we've seen over the last 24 hours or so when the rains came. What's your initial remarks on that?
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning to your listeners and your viewers. Yes, yesterday 5 p.m. we drove around to see exactly what's happening in areas that we know that they are hotspots. You know, some of the areas such as the Amekor highway, right? It's at the resort. The roadside drain is not functioning properly. Yes, and then also there are depressions on our roads and our highway. Definitely when it rains, water would like to find its lowest point. So it gathers or it settles on those areas. And then these ones are called flash floods. You know, after the rain, the next hour or two, we don't find water on the roads anymore. It is because it has, included. Now, if you are driving on our highway, take a critical look at it. You see that there are a lot of sand gathered at the edges of our roads. And because we fail as a nation to clean those ones, if it rains, it all pushes back into those drains. And you know, these roadside drains are smaller. They are 0.6, some are 0.9. So in no time, it gets filtered. So if it rains, water do not have anywhere to go than to settle on the road. So it makes it very difficult for vehicles to go through. If you go to Shashi, it's the same problem. If you go to Alice Mall, Spintex, going to Major Mahama area, the same problem. Now let's come back to the stormwater area, such as Ashi Fulani area. I mean, it's so bad. People are just building anyhow. This is why I have issue with the local authorities. If you go to those areas, there's a dam at Fulani area. The level of encroachment is unseeable. I'll put it that way. You can't understand why people are doing this. And then we sit down for the rain to come, then we don't know what to do. So that government comes in to strike the whip, to begin to demolish people's structures, and then they are complaining. You see, it's very sad. It's also sad. Yesterday, I drove all the way to Weja and Kokrobite area. If you go and see those areas, at the estuary, people are building in the estuary. People are developing those wetlands. So if it rains, where would the water go? So the unfortunate thing is that people that are living at places where they've never experienced flood before, the water begins to enter into their homes. It's because somebody is blocking the water. And you can't prevent water, you allow water to flow. So what happens is that it goes back to the community. We've said this several times. But I think these are all interjurisdictional issues that we need to look at in a holistic manner. So the highways, I mean, Minister of Highways, the local Minister of Local Government, I think it's about time we need to sit down as a team.
But this is what we keep, engineer, this is what we keep saying every time. I mean, before even the rains, we have to sit down and look at this. Is it about time we have to sit down? But the same issue repeats itself every single year.
I agree with you perfectly, my brother. It is perfectly, you are right. You see, it's about time we need to begin to, strike the whip. People are not supposed to be at places. People are not supposed to build at places. We should just take it like that and let people know. And forget about the human faces and begin to strike the whip. You see, other than that, we'll be having these problems.
Our drainage system has always not been the best. Yet we still, allow people to do the wrong things. Moving forward, what advice are we giving to, the authorities in charge? Do we have to push them as well?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the only advice I can give is that, as government now, we are doing our best. I mean, government is doing its best.
there are projects that are ongoing.
When you say government is doing its best, what exactly is the best government is doing with regards to this?
If you go to some areas, construction is happening. There are contractors on site working, and you know that this we have the medium-term solutions, and we have the long-term.
The long-term, yeah.
But now what is happening is there are constructions ongoing. If you go to Carnation, First Light, there's a contractor on site. If you go to Aboku area, contractor is on site working. If you go to Alobochi area, contractor is on site working. There are places there, these are construction. If you take, it's about, some of them are 17.
You mentioned First Light. You mentioned Carnation First Light, right?
Yes.
Which area exactly?
If you go to Accra Academy, so now the contractor is really in Accra Academy working. So he has to work from there all the way to Pampron. I mean, it's one of the Gary projects.
So you mean in front of the Accra Academy School, right?
Yes, please.
And that's the only part that they were working. They're putting works on there, or the other places around that area as well. Because that place flats a lot. That connection stretch, that stretch is terrible.
Yes, it's about 15 month project. So it stretches from the Accra Academy all the way to Pamprum Junction. I don't know whether you know Pamprum.
Yeah, I know that area. Yeah.
Yeah. So very soon we're going to cut under the highway, the N1.
And the contractor is on site as we speak.
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll try and see how best we can verify that, because I'm sure a couple of people have used that road, and some people disagree that we've got a contractor on that site.
Oh, the contractor is there. It's because he's done the audit. It's now in Accra Academy, so you know, unless you park there and go inside before you see properly.
Okay, I'll pass by that area today and find out what has been going there. But so. Is this your responsibility in terms of drainage in Ghana? Is it the authorities' responsibility for that?
Yes, that is our responsibility.
So then we can equally also say that everything that is happening right now is because of your authority not doing the right thing.
No.
I'm just asking so you can educate me on that. Maybe the other people have to take responsibility as well.
I know. I disagree with you on some points.
So who else has to take responsibility for it?
Can we ask them a few questions?
You know what, my brother, the truth of the matter is that hydro, we are doing our possible best. Okay.
I know.
We go in to put in the storm drain, and then it's up to somebody also to control development.
And when he says somebody, I'm sure it is within your power to know that if mine ends here, this person has to continue from here. That's why I'm asking, who else takes responsibility for it? Because I mean, it's in your purview, so you should be able to let us know, so that we also know where to place some of the responsibility in terms of who is in charge.
Yes, as I said before.
Yeah.
This is and it's like traditional teaching, like how we are playing up. The local authorities must also play their part, and the sanitation must also play their part.
Yeah.
When we construct our drain, and then we don't take our drain properly, it goes to the drain, it reduces the capacity, isn't it? So somebody says somewhere and say that the drain is too small, it's inadequate. It is also because of the result of the solid waste that goes into it.
Yeah, but Engineer Richard, so how do you feel when you do your part and then other people do not do their responsibility and then we come back to square zero? Is that not the problem for you?
It's my brother, it's a huge problem. But I think government, the new government is putting some things in place, and very soon you will see the result.
Well, when you say some things in place, what exactly are they putting in place? When you say some things,
I don't know whether you've seen this, you've heard of this task force that President has formed.
A task force in charge of what?
For the flats.
Come again?
A task force in charge of the flat? In charge of flats?
Yes.
I think Standogbe is the one leading it.
Okay.
Yes. So Honorable Standogbe is a lead. Yes. So we are working assiduously and trying to
I just
our
want
best.
to ask you a question.
put things in place.
Okay. A few questions will come from my guests in the studio, so maybe you can take a listen.
I have two questions. The first one is, so as a professional, all right, what 4 basic ideas or solutions would you profess now to be able to solve the drainage problems we have in almost all the major cities in Ghana? Because we have flood issues in Accra, we have flood issues in Kumasi, we have flood issues in Tamale, we have flood issues in Takoradi. You understand me? So what solutions are you professing? Tell Ghanaians so that we know who to hold responsible.
Okay, one, the main thing we should consider is to control development. We have to control the way people develop in this country. Okay? We need to, if I say so, it is the ultimate. Why do I say so? If people are able to adhere to the regulation, buffer definition, you are not supposed to be here, you are not supposed to be close to this drain, you are not supposed to be in this particular area because it's a wetland. You know, God has designed the whole earth in a unique way. There are some places you are not supposed to be there. Water is supposed to settle for some time after the rain, then it goes back into the rivers or the drain. So we have to control development. That is our main challenge. Okay? We go into the field. You see us doing the field thing, constructing the drain. But people are failing. People are developing close. If you go to Kumasi, the same problem. If you go to Takoradi, the same problem. People are filling wetlands and they are building. They are reducing the capacities of our lagoons. Okay? So it's about time we need to control development. That is all. You know, sometimes it can rain that is beyond everybody's imagination. The water goes beyond the banks of the river. It's supposed to stay there for some time. And after the water or the rain stops, it goes back into the drain. But the places that water is supposed to stay, that's what people have built. Do you get it?
Yeah.
It's about time we need to control development.
So the major thing is development, and that's one. What are the 3 things that you can add to it?
So after that, then we'll look at how to cap all our wetlands and then begin to dredge those, let's say, our ponds and then our lagoons to accommodate a lot of flow from the upstream. That's it.
So when last was there dredging in this country?
Dredging?
Yes.
Oh, it's even currently happening. If you go to Circle, the main odor, there's a contractor on site dredging serious. That you'd have heard that Circle is flooded.
Is this something that goes on all the time, or it's when we have situations like what we have? That's when we do the dredging?
No, dredging started about a year. I think was it last year, but this year, for instance, the pace at which it has started is so unique. They are working seriously. And then I would have another disaster at Circle.
So you think that with all that we have said, or you have told us that it's ongoing right now, and we're going to experience what we're experiencing, but it wouldn't be that much, or it wouldn't be that bad as compared to previous years?
Yes. So that is why even yesterday, I don't know whether you heard about any flooding in Circle. Circle, we do not hear it because of the contractor on site working.
My very last question.
Okay, ask the last one. Let's relieve him.
Are you an engineer?
Yeah, he's an engineer.
You are an engineer.
Yes,
we have been using the same size of drainage you mentioned. Is it 0. what?
5?
Okay, so if I may...
Debbie, you may not. Let me finish my question.
Okay.
You have been using the same sizes since we were children, because I have not seen any bigger size in town. And at least from the times we have been complaining about floods has been the same size. Are you considering a re-engineering designs for our drainage systems we have in our major cities, i.e. increasing the sizes, introducing underground drainages and soakaways? How are you considering such? And if so, what is the proposal?
Okay, you're right. You know, if I may educate a bit.
Yes, do. We are here to be educated.
Yes, we have the tertiary drains, which are by the roadside, slowly accommodate flow from the road. And then from there, it puts the secondary one. Okay, before going to primary. So if I say so, I mean like, although it's a primary drain, if you take, that's also secondary. So all these ones and then the roadside ones, keep those ones before coming to the door. Okay. So now, what we are considering, or what I'm considering now, a design that because of the level filtration that we have, we are beginning to do something important in our some design.
They're introducing what?
Hello?
Yeah, can you repeat that?
Okay, so we are trying to introduce sand traps into our storm drainage design.
What's that? What's that
supposed to? The level of filtration.
Okay.
Sand traps.
Yes. So now, if you go to, I don't know whether you know Kaswa toll booth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anytime it rains, it brings a lot of sand onto the road. I don't know whether you're aware of that.
Yeah, that's true.
But now you don't hear it anymore. This year, you've not heard anything like that. It is because we designed something called a catch pit, which is under the foot of the hill. So the sand comes, it goes in there. And then when the water rises to a level, so you have clean water running through the drain. So you don't see, it has become a thing of the past now. So when you go to Wager also, we are doing the same. There's a contractor on site doing the storm drain, a very bigger one, like 6 meters wide. The existing one that we have there is about 1.5 diameter too. We are redesigning that whole section. And we are introducing sand traps within because of the filtration level. So it makes it easier, because it's underground, it makes it easier for, cleaning. So we are putting all this mechanism in place in our storm design drainage work.
Okay, all right. I think we can let you go now, engineer. Thank you so much for the time this morning. I'm grateful.
Very well, my brother. Thank you so much for your time as well.
Great. And that's Engineer Richard Amekor. He's the head of Drainage Department, Ghana Hydrological Authority. Are you impressed? Looks like you have to change. Looks like you have to change your December, 31st December, because what you are doing right now looks like we're not going to see some of these things happening.
KMJ, I didn't want to ask him a question. I could have asked him whether he himself, whether he goes round to where he's talking about.
Look, so contractors.
My house to Accra Kadame is about 3 minutes walk. That drain that he's talking about, when you finish, you just
I'll go there.
It's the construction of the Accra Kadame school wall.
Another drainage.
If I decided even last year, it was about a year or two ago, that they were constructing. In fact, they constructed it, and it rains, and the wall broke down, and they started doing it again. Look, you know the Kaneshi Highway?
Yeah.
The depth of it, you have no idea. But it is struck to the sense that as soon as it rains, the whole place gets flooded. From First Light to Kaneshi, through the South Industrial Area. The South Industrial Area is where Nizine.
Okay.
New Plan. Those
where the buses
getting to Beima. Those
the A-level, O-level students. Nizine.
You see, that enclave, always get flooded. The order that he's talking about. In fact, is it Gary or something? He started doing construction work. But I was in the office one day, somebody called me at the RCC. That look, somebody is constructing a wall, a pedestrian wall, to prevent those who use the LITAP. So then we rushed there with the regional minister, Titus Glover. When we got there, they are constructing some wall that you have to demolish it. They have heaped a lot of sand on the side. So when it rains, it comes back.
Yeah.
So what work have you done? Yes, when I was coming, I saw some track at Alajo before you get to where they said good. And just here, they're doing the sitting. But the problem is, when you sit, But last week when I came here, I saw them working. The sun that they sit is still there. It rained heavily yesterday.
It goes back.
The work gun is zero. You talk about wager. That they have done something and then...
Yeah, including the toll booths.
Before, when I came early, before we went on, I was discussing that same issue with you.
Yeah.
Just go back and look at the place. Our friend yesterday sent me pictures of it. So what is he talking about? You see, there should be a collaboration between his office at where he is with the assemblies. Because the assemblies that we have, you go and you ask yourself whether there are some assemblies that doesn't have engineers. As I'm speaking with you, there are some assemblies they don't have engineers. They don't have road engineer. They don't have environmental engineer. They don't have the engineers. So who does those work? It's the same sanitation people who just go and do the sitting on the gutters, and at the end of the day, it happens. But you see, sometimes, in as much we blame government speed respond to some of these things.
Yeah.
The people in this country, all of us, are also part and parcel of the problem. And just as my brother said, somebody have some referees in the house, waiting that the weather will change and it will rain and they'll just come and pour it. You think that you have been saved because you have poured your referees away, but your next door neighbor will be facing the problem. That's exactly what we are doing now. And we are doing it to ourselves thinking that you are doing somebody. No, it is your own cup of tea. Look, when I was doing construction in my area...
Yeah, wrap up for me and then our time is up.
The insult that I got from people. And I used my house as a test case. I've then constructed a private washroom in my house. I demolished my wall. So the next people, if me, the member of parliament, I have done this.
Then you.
I got so much insult. A certain woman, she sells beans and plantain or gobe. They insulted me. Meanwhile, when this woman comes from Kaneshi or wherever she go and buy her things, they're walking this about 10 to 15 minutes to her house. And I'm constructing a drain and constructing a road for the benefit of all of us. One day when we finished with the work, and I was passing, there's a taxi have come to drop her in front of her house. And I stopped. And I said, good morning. I said, you see, you didn't come and call any of the children to go and carry the things and bring to us. The taxi have brought you to the house. You see this kind of attitude. But when I was doing it, we were insulted. People should understand that, look, there's a saying in Chi, Bibi and Seya, Bibi and
Great.
If we don't take drastic measures and deal with issues,
you never make anything right.
We'll never get a headway.
That's true.
So I wish my brother all the best. But as I've said, me, 31st December 2025. If we go beyond on the 1st January 2026, then I can say he will succeed.
Okay. But unfortunately, our time is up. We can't even do our messages. I'm sorry, those of you who sent in messages. It's past 8 already, so...
You give all the time, but a quick one, you see.
Yes, but we needed to have take on that as well.
You would agree with me that he admitted, first of all, as an engineer and as the head of the drainage department of Ghana Hydro, that there is the need for a re-engineering of our entire drainage system in Ghana. And that should be of a national interest. If we indeed want to deal with the issue of flood, it is not about the talks. That was why I asked him, what has been his proposal as you said? Because if you have been using the same size of drainage and we are facing the same problem, what do you do? You understand? If you are going to Burma camp, you know, there's this high... when it rains, it is as if there was no engineer on site when the road was being constructed. And this is a road that is less than 10 years. You understand me? So there should be a national discourse for us to all agree that there is a need for us to re-engineer. Our engineers have to be more innovative and think generational. You understand? It is not just about the book and pen. It is about thinking. They should have some level of high imaginations I always say that imaginations are very much important than knowledge. Because you look into the book and paper, it tells you 0.5. But you look at the fast pace at which Ghana is growing and the effects of rains on you. And you should be able to be innovative to say that the 0.5 is not working. Why do not we increase it or bring another system that would help?
Okay, all right. And this is partly because you guys also didn't show up early, so I think it's only on Nabo. It's only on Nabo that came.
Of course, I mean
we came late. So
we came late, not our fault. But you should blame the flood that came.
Oh, it's easier.
I mean, of course.
Okay, that'll be all for this morning. Thank you so much for being a part of it. We'd like to say thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise as well for sponsoring this.